Scary home security video footage has caught an unidentified creature on camera, crawling across Costa Rica, and the creepy encounter has left the entire island petrified with fear. From the shadows emerges the silhouette of a giant unknown humanoid creature, much larger than the medium-sized dog nearby. More barking can be heard off camera, but the pack ultimately wants nothing to do with the scary shadowy figure shambling down the street. Believers of this video say the creature's front and back legs are all the same size and end in narrow points. If this were a person crawling, the difference between arms and legs would be more apparent. The movement of this strange creature could resemble an oversized arachnid of some sort, a giant spider or scorpion. No one knows what came out of the woods that night, so this mysterious video is all that remains and all we have to analyze for now. Unless someone is ever unfortunate enough to get a closer look, which, considering this is a residential neighborhood, may happen all too soon. Something strange is creeping out Keely in her own home, which she suspects is haunted ever since witnessing a mysterious event that she cannot explain. She makes a video by herself to help pass the time, when strange activity is caught on camera over her shoulder in the form of a passing shadow. This video could be paranormal except for one fae. When you look close enough, the shadowy figure appears to be nothing more than someone walking in front of the camera during a television program. Perhaps a live sports game, or at least for her sake that's what I hope it was. A ghost hunter named Hawk Explorations goes investigating an abandoned house out in the rural countryside that apparently is quite haunted. The place feels weird and wrong with the very first room.
This is it. Old haunted building. Really spooky. There's the stairs.
He reaches the attic and takes some footage of a weird figure left behind by someone else. Creepy mannequin aside, apparently something else, equally unnerving, resides with him in the cramped haunted space. First, there's an audio glitch, a classic sign of supernatural activity some say, and then these scary moments are caught on camera.
Okay, let me get out of here. Ooh, that's scary.
A wooden door opens and shuts on its own. The reaction of the ghost hunter is to simply say that was scary, while moving away from the door and heading down the stairs, suddenly wanting no part in investigating the place any longer. Was it a paranormal occurrence in a haunted house, or something else? Only whoever or whatever opened that door knows for sure, and they might not even be alive to explain. Home CCTV video has caught a scared young woman fleeing for her life through an unassuming neighborhood in West Midlands. She's being hunted and hides behind a small wall, hoping to get away. A bike buzzes past and moments later, the rest of her assailants arrive and fan out. At 22 seconds, you can see at least one of them is carrying a baseball bat to use on her. They all head off in one direction and she goes in the other. No one knows why she was being chased or what she could have possibly done to deserve such a fate. Had they found her cowering on the floor? There would have been little she could have done to keep them away, other than screaming for help. A man in Marshall County, Mississippi, almost captures his own demise on home CCTV. At 20 seconds, he can be seen going outside to better gauge the rapidly darkening skies of an approaching storm. He knows he needs to get out of there quick, but it's already too late. Something tells him to not start his car, that there's not enough time to turn the key, and so he sprints down the road instead. In that moment, a tree looks to land on him, but it actually hits the ground slightly behind, where he and his vehicle, he would have most surely been crushed. Later, he says he honestly didn't think he was going to make it out of that incident alive. And when you look at these scary moments caught on camera, You can see he was not exaggerating in the slightest. There's a YouTube channel called Morticia's Captured Moments that has scary video after scary video of otherworldly evidence caught on camera. She lives on an isolated 10-acre property in Cochise County, Arizona, that has, in her words, a serious paranormal problem on the land that feels extremely negative, like it wants her gone. When night falls, that's when the shape-shifting entities, known as skinwalkers, seem to cause the most mischief. These ancient spirits are responsible for scary moments like these ones caught on a live stream at 3 a.m. On the porch, she notices the rocking chair is now moving on its own. She's too creeped out to do much more than quietly record the chair from inside as the ghostly movements continue. From this angle, it's quite possible that someone could be moving the chair off camera to fake this paranormal segment. However, when she does gain the courage to go outside, she's frightened by the cold white stare of an unidentified creature in the woods. A shape-shifting skinwalker, she's sure of it. Morticia goes on to disclose that this area was once a sacred burial site for numerous local tribes over the centuries. Ever since this encounter, she's been too scared to look in that direction of her yard ever again. Even without looking, she still feels its evil presence. A skinwalker's stare is said to be very powerful and even possibly cursed, which could explain the unshakable negativity that has surrounded her ever since. Hopefully the same curse does not spread to you as a consequence for letting the skinwalker's horrible gaze into your home. One mysterious Snapchat video shows what can go wrong when you go exploring haunted places for the paranormal. A small voice echoes off the basement walls and sends them running out of the haunted place in a scared, unified response. Here it is one more time. Whatever it is, their terrified reactions seem real. One of them goes wide-eyed with fear. He looks up, sees something scary, and they all go running out of the haunted basement, nervously laughing and screaming all the while. Chris Goodwin of the First City Paranormal has caught evidence of the spirit world on video when his camera records an apparent poltergeist moving a ball across the floor of a haunted house. The eerie event occurs 50 seconds after they leave the room, at which point the item mysteriously rolls over 2 times before coming to a full stop. Not too far away is a supposedly haunted carriage that a spirit may or may not have originated from. Whatever pushes the ball across the floor seems to be unable to lift the item, and therefore could be a very young spirit who doesn't know its years are already over, or maybe it was someone around the corner pulling a string. A mysterious video shows strange activity caught on camera from a stand-of-fish ghost who apparently will pass the salt, but not the pepper. Nobody appears to be shaking the table to make this item move by itself, and if they were, then both containers would move on their own, since they're close together and filled equally. There does not appear to be a string tied around the salt, though I guess that possibility is not out of the question. So with that in mind, is a ghost moving this object? Or is there some other explanation for the strange activity? A YouTube channel called Phantoms Follow has a possessed Ouija board that you and I want nothing to do with. Apparently, phantoms really do follow this cursed item, hence the channel's name. 10 seconds into this creepy video is when you'll see some strange activity on camera. A white orb cresting directly out of this haunting doll. A sweep of the EMF meter reveals a moderate degree of paranormal activity exuding from the creepy doll at all times in the form of electromagnetic energy. The paranormal evidence is further confirmed by a different EMF tool. At 1 minute and 36 seconds, he puts the paranormal equipment down and starts to slowly back away, perhaps in a fearful response to something we can't see. The doll stares at him for a bit, then 10 seconds later, this orb beckons the ghost hunter to step forward again, which he does not dare to do. That may or may not have been dust, but that still doesn't explain how a second scary doll is able to make the Ouija board pointer move on its own. At 40 seconds, a single orb shoots into the pointer, shortly after selecting goodbye. When he picks the pointer up, more ghostly orbs follow. Is this all a mere coincidence? Or video proof of the paranormal?